as a legal expert yourself, some criticism towards Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng over how he presides over the trial. As a lawyer yourself, how you have measured him and how he's led the process.
Good evening to you, also to my fellow panelists. I think if I look at it wearing the hat of a legal practitioner, I would say that he's been quite fair in the manner in which he's handled the case. Remember that when you go to court, it's a contested terrain. There are going to be instances in which you are going to be asked and be put to task on certain things and submissions in which you are going to make. Yes, there are instances in which I felt that maybe I've overstepped the line a bit in terms of not being sensitive or taking into account the nature of the complaints that are being there, giving the respect which is required to legal practitioners, but it does not mean that he has misbehaved in totality or not observed what he's supposed to do. Remember, as a presiding officer, his role is one. I want to make sure that there's a fair process both from the side of the prosecution and from the side of the defense. If I feel that either of the two are slowing things down, I'm going to inquire about that. If I feel that questions are being asked purely for delaying tactics and are not being asked so that they can assist me as a presiding officer to come to a conclusion, of course, I'm going to step into those things. But if you look at the manner in which he's handled the case in the past year, I would say it is one of the fastest cases that they've been. And you must be very careful in separating the decade or the 10 years which has enjoyed in this case. The bulk for 90% of that 10 years has been purely on the side of law enforcement agencies doing the investigations. When the matter went to court, it then started moving at a much faster pace. And in my prediction, I don't think that we are going to hit June 2025 without the matter being resolved. In our instances and experience, a case with 5 accused, 5 legal practitioners, forensic or expert evidence that need to be considered, moving at a pace of 24 months. There's quite a fast speed compared to our standards and the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis when it comes to criminal litigation.
Okay. I know you heard him. I know you heard him loud and clear. I know you're already typing. Mpumelelo Zikalala, the legal analyst, says, and I repeat, it is not me. It is what he says. It is his observation, and everyone is entitled to their own opinion. He says Judge Ratha has been quite fair in the manner in which he is handling the case. I definitely want to hear from you what your thoughts are on that. But he doesn't just, leave it at that. And sometimes you guys give some great arguments in the comment section, or should I say, you open up a conversation, but you don't back it up with any supporting evidence or any supporting paragraph. It's just a sentence, you're in, you're out. But in this case, Mpumelelo Zikalala, he doesn't just drop Judge Ratha is fair. No, he goes on to say, and I quote, okay? Keep in mind, everything I'm saying, I'm quoting. He goes on to say he might have overstepped a bit. For example, not being sensitive or take into account complaints. But overall, he's a very fair guy, okay? He's quite fair. And also, he's also giving the respect. He also he might have also not given respect to the legal practitioners. However, it does not mean he has misbehaved in totality. Like, sir, what are you saying? You can't say if and because he says Judge Ratha has been quite fair in the manner in which he is handling the case, but there's parts where he might have overstepped, for example, not being sensitive and not taking complaints into account and not giving respect to legal practitioners. But overall, the big picture is it does not mean he has misbehaved in totality or not observed what he is supposed to do. He's contradicted himself. In fact, he has played with words, okay? He has used English there to fool us, okay? And one word, he said, listen, Judge Ratha, I've got you, okay? I'm going to represent you on these YouTube streets. It's a tough battle for you here. I see you, okay? I see you. I'm going to work with you, okay? I'm going to tell the people that you are a fair man, okay? You are a fair man. At the same time, I'm going to throw some breadcrumbs and say you've overstepped. Just a little bit, okay? You've overstepped, okay? Try to be a little bit of a sensitive guy in 2025, okay? Be a little bit sensitive, nyana. We need that Ubuntu element. We don't see it. It's not shining through, okay? And then also listen to the complaints a little bit. Just listen to a little bit of the complaints. Pay attention to them. But don't worry, Judge Ratha. I still think you're a great guy, okay? I still think you're a great man because you haven't misbehaved in totality. Now I want to call all the parents to the comment section, and I want to find out, when you're talking to your kids and they've done something, do you tell them, well, Santa is going to give you a gift because you haven't misbehaved in totality. You've misbehaved for the last 8 months of the year, but you know what? The 4 months you kind of gave us some good performance. Let me know your thoughts, because I just think he didn't say anything. I mean, in my opinion, but you know what? I want to hear from you. Also, he goes on to say that the judge only has one role. And that's what I've always thought. He only has one role, which is to provide a fair process for both sides, the left hand and the right hand, okay? The state versus the defense. It's supposed to be fair. But from where I'm sitting, I'm still searching for Mr. Fairness. I don't see it. But Mpumelelo Zikalala says it's there, okay? It is there. I don't know if he has to beam it for us to see it, because I don't see it. I don't see it yet. I could be wrong. But I know in the comment section you'll let me know. And he predicts by June 2025, the matter will be concluded, okay? The matter will be concluded. This case is moving at a good speed, okay? It is moving well, considering that there's 5 accused, 5 legal practitioners, all this evidence. There's the cell phone expert, there's the ballistic expert, there's Kininda with all the insinuations, evidence, and corroborations that he had to do. We're still yet to hear what actual work he did. But you know what? Asikolapo. And he's saying this case is moving really, really well. Then what's the JP talking about? If the legal analyst is saying, listen, you got to take into consideration there's 5 accused and 5 practitioners who all have to do the cross-examination every time. So each witness gets cross-examined 5 times, with the exception of, I think, Sereo. Yeah, I think it was Sereo, who Ngumalo, and Unisi, just Ngumalo. And I think Gomezulu were like, we're out. We're not. This is not our thing. We're not interested. Okay, boring. Or was it Ngumalo and Mshalalo? I know there's a witness who didn't get all 5. Let me know in the comment section if you guys remember. But let me know, why would the JP be saying what's going on over there in the SENZO MEYIWA trial? Mr. Judge Ratha, it's going too slow. It's going too slow, my brother. Okay, it's going too slow. And Judge Ratha's having panic attacks anytime they have to do adjournments and this recess business. And then, unfortunately, this time, this was the only time Judge Ratha didn't complain about and tell us what is the JP going to say, because this time they were forced into recess because Umuzi Sibia lost his advocate, suddenly did not have legal representation, and that brought this to an abrupt halt, even though it was like, I think 2 days? No, 3 days. 3 days where it was cut short. But still, that's time lost in this case. But let me know what your thoughts are on the prediction, June 2025. Is this going to really end June 2025? I don't know. I don't see June. Maybe August. But let's see. I want to hear from you for sure. But let's continue listening on. Let's hear what else he puts on the table.
Okay, so let's chat it in June 2025 then, and see if, I suppose the bones that you've thrown will work there, Mpumelelo. But let's stay with you. And I imagine that you heard the views shared by SENZO MEYIWA, the brother to SENZO MEYIWA. A lot of frustration around some of the testimony that has